just frame it in the form of questions and then you just have to send it to the respondent, and you will be collecting the respondent's attitude or his opinion on a particular topic. Whenever we are asking any question in the questionnaire, the questions should be very clear and it should not be an ambiguous question. Whenever you are asking the questions, the question should be very short, very clear, precise in tenure and expression. Hello everyone, I am Purnima, faculty in the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I welcome you all to this session. In this session 5 of Unit 3, let us have an understanding of what is the meaning of the word questionnaire. So we all know that what is a questionnaire? Questionnaire is a list of questions. So it may be any questionnaire which is sent by the business community to collect the feedback from its customers, or it may be any kind of a questionnaire which is used to collect the information particular regarding a census or a survey. So let us see what is the questionnaire, meaning of questionnaire. So questionnaire is a list of questions or items used to gather data from respondents about their attitudes, experiences or opinions. So with the help of questionnaires, we will be able to understand the attitudes of the respondents. What is the attitude towards that particular product? What is the experience about the product, or what is their opinion about a particular situation, societal situation. So in this way, anything when we have to collect the feedback or when we have to collect information from the respondents, usually questionnaire is the most best method of collecting the feedback from the customers. So questionnaires can be used to collect quantitative data or qualitative information. So here questionnaires are commonly used in market research as well as in social and health sciences. So it can be used to collect the quantitative data. Now what is quantitative data? You can always see how many customers are purchasing your product. So with the help of this, so you will be able to understand what is the number of people who are brand loyal and how many of them are not so very loyal to the company, and also we will also be able to know what is the qualitative information. So qualitative information means their opinion about the product, their opinion about the extra features whatever they need in the product, or their opinion about the entire business organ, anything, whatever the opinion of the people, it can be collected with the help of a questionnaire. So questionnaires are commonly used in market research as well as in social and health sciences. So usually in market research we make use of the questionnaire, otherwise in the social research. Now what is social research? Social research is any research pertaining to any of the social issues which are there in the society, or it may be the health sciences. That is in case of science. So whenever any research is being done in science also, so even in that we will be making use of this questionnaires. Next one, a questionnaire is a research tool used to conduct the surveys. So it includes specific questions with the goal to understand a topic from the respondent's point of view. So whenever you need to conduct a survey, you do it with the help of the questionnaire. So regarding the information to be collected, so whatever information is to be collected, you just frame it in the form of questions and then you just have to send it to the respondent, and you will be collecting the respondent's attitude or his opinion on a particular topic. Questionnaires typically have closed-ended, open-ended, short form, long form questions. Now what are closed-ended questions? So closed-ended questions means those questions ending with yes or no. So along there will be a question there, and the next to the question only whether it is a yes or a no. Do you like this product? Yes or no? So that's all. You don't have any freedom to just explain that why you have not liked anything like that. So that is a closed-ended question. Next one is an open-ended question. So what are those features which you would like to find in a better version of this product? What are the other extra features you need? So that will be a open-ended question. Next question is short form question. So you will be asked to answer in a very short, in just 1 or 2 sentences, why you don't like the product or why you like the product. And long form questions, that is, you will be given a space wherein at least half a page where you need to fill in the questions. So that is what we mean as the long form questions, and the question should always remain as unbiased as possible. So that is, so whenever we are framing the questions, try to see that you are very objective about the information. So what is the information you need to collect? So you should stick to the information which has to be collected, so that there are no deviations from that objective. Then next one, a questionnaire is defined as a document containing questions and other types of items designed to solicit information appropriate for analysis. So it is a list containing questions, so and other types of items. So along with the questions you have other types of items designed to solicit information. So you are designing it in such a way that you are requesting for information from the respondent. So that information whichever you are collecting, you should be able to use it for appropriate analysis. So this information is collected for the purpose of study. So based on the results of this analysis, the management will have to take a decision. The questionnaire may be regarded as a form of an interview on paper. So in a regular interview, it will be a face-to-face interaction between the interviewer and the interviewee. But whereas in case of a questionnaire, you just distribute the questionnaire and then you collect the answers. So this is nothing but you are conducting the interview instead of orally, it will be written on paper. The procedure for the construction of a questionnaire follows a pattern similar to that of an interview schedule. So whenever you are having a questionnaire, so if you have to frame a questionnaire, then it will be similar to that of an interview schedule. You have to conduct an interview. Then first thing we will be asking about the name of that person, his personal details, and slowly we just go to the particular subject of the interview. The same way in questionnaire also, we have to follow a pattern. Then, however, because the questionnaire is impersonal, it is all the more important to take care of its construction. But in case of an interview, if there is any mistake while telling the question, the interviewer can always repeat the question and make his question clearer. But in case of a questionnaire, we don't have that option. Once the question is constructed, then you cannot change it. So we all the more careful to see that the questionnaire is properly framed. Since there is no interviewer to explain ambiguities or to check misunderstandings, the questionnaire must be especially clear in its working. So whenever we are asking any question in the questionnaire, the questions should be very clear and it should not be an ambiguous question. Now what is an ambiguous question? So where there is no clarity at all regarding the question. So such kind of questions a respondent may find it hard to answer. So here the interviewer also will not be there to just clear any misunderstanding relating to the question. So in case of a questionnaire, we have to make the question very clear and understand. The variety of possible answers to each question must be anticipated more fully than for an interview. So, what are the variety of answers if you are asking? So, suppose the question is the location of where that particular respondent, his address. So then you should be able to just write the various options available. So whether you are conducting the questionnaire in all over India, then almost all the states of India should be mentioned. But if the questionnaire is circulated only in Karnataka, then almost all the districts of Karnataka. Or if the questionnaire is relating to only one particular area in a particular city, then all the areas in that city should be covered. So in this way, we should able to write all the possible answers to 8 questions before we do the questionnaire. Then a questionnaire design is very crucial and important part of the research, because inappropriate questionnaire misleads the research, academics and policy making. So, the questionnaire misleads the research. So, if the questionnaire is not properly framed or if the respondents are not able to understand the questionnaire, then it may lead to misleading research, academics, and also misleading policy making. So, based on the information collected, there will be most of the decisions which will be taken as a result of which, so it becomes very, very important. Therefore, a set of adequate and appropriate questions in a sequential order is required in a questionnaire. So, you have to follow a sequence when you are doing a questionnaire. So, the first thing you will have the personal questions, then any questions of general topics, and then we have the subject related questions. So, in this order if you maintain, then that will be an ideal questionnaire. The format of the questionnaire mostly depends on the type of questionnaire used. So, we will just see what are the various types of questionnaire. So, there are roughly two types of questionnaires, the structured and the unstructured. A mixture of these both is a quasi-structured questionnaire that is used mostly in social science research. Now, what is a structured questionnaire? So, structured questionnaire is a questionnaire which related to a particular topic of the research. So, such kind of a questionnaire is a structured questionnaire. Whereas an unstructured questionnaire is, you have almost all types of questions included there. So, in relation to the topic also will be there, and then there will be some personal questions, and then there will be some general knowledge questions. So, such kind of a questionnaire where you have a mix of everything, we call it as a unstructured, and a mixture of these both is a quasi-structured questionnaire. So, this kind of a questionnaire, it is usually used in social science research. So, anything related to social issues of the society. So, whenever you are doing research, so this kind of a research is used. Then, next one is the structured questionnaire. So, it includes pre-coded questions with well-defined skipping patterns to follow the sequence of questions. So, these kind of a questionnaire includes pre-coded questions. So, there will be so many questions and each will be coded with well-defined skipping patterns. So, in case you don't answer the first two questions, then you cannot go to the third or the fourth question. So, in this way, they have a well-defined skipping pattern to follow the sequence of questions. So, most of the quantitative data collection or operations use structured questionnaire. So, whenever there is a need for quantitative data, then structured questionnaires can be used. So, fewer discrepancies, easy to administer consistency in answers, and easy for data management are advantages of structured questionnaires. Now, with the help of structured questionnaires, you will be able to collect quantitative data which will be easy to administer. That is, when you collect the data, you will be easy to analyze the data. You can also see that there is consistency in the answers. So, data management becomes easier when you have a structured questionnaire. The next one is the unstructured questionnaire. So, it includes open-ended and vague opinion type questions. Maybe questions are not in the format of interrogative sentences, and the moderator or enumerator has to elaborate the sense of the questions. Focus group discussions use such questionnaire. So, in case of an unstructured questionnaire, it includes open-ended and vague opinion type questions. So, open-ended questions means the respondent is free to answer anything about that particular question. Then maybe questions are not in the format of interrogative sentences. So, these questions will not be in as a question, but then the moderator, if it is a focus group kind of a panel discussion, then the moderator will be clearing the views on that particular question. So, this kind of unstructured questionnaire, it is used for collection of qualitative data. Then, not all questions are pre-recorded with almost possible alternatives to answers. Give answers alternatives of some question in the standard questionnaires are left as others, please specify. So, common and pragmatic practice is that most of the questions are structured. However, it is comfortable to have some unstructured questions whose answers are not feasible to enumerate completely. Such a type of questionnaire is called as a quasi-structured questionnaire. Now, in case of this types of questionnaire, we cannot have all pre-coded questions in the questionnaire. So, there are some questions which are left for you have this others. You have the option of others. So, others means specify. If you don't belong to these four, then if it is others, then please specify. So, this kind of a question you have to include in the questionnaire. So, why do we have to have this? So, to see that all others also are included in the questionnaire. So, such a type of a questionnaire is called as a quasi-structured questionnaire. Next, the format of the questionnaire. First one, it should be smaller in size than that of the schedule. So, in case of a schedule, you have a very long kind of a schedule. But in case of a questionnaire, you should say that number of questions should be smaller in size. The extent in length and breadth should be appropriate. So, you should try to see that the questionnaire, the length and breadth of the questionnaire also should be appropriate. It should not be more than 2 or 3 pages as to the nature of research. So, try to see that the question does not go beyond 3 pages, because if it goes beyond 3 pages, the respondent will feel bored and he may not send back the questionnaire. Then, appearance, it should be constructed on a good quality paper and printing. So, whenever you are sending a questionnaire, it should be in a very good quality of paper. Suppose you are sending a very bad quality of paper, then it means that the researcher is not very interested in the research. But then if he is making a good use, a good quality paper, then it means that researcher is serious about the collection of data. It should have an attractive layout. Then next one is clarity. The question should be short and clear in terms of tenure and expression. So, whenever you are asking the questions, the question should be very short, very clear, precise in tenure and expression. So, whoever reads the question, he should be able to answer it immediately and there should not be any doubt regarding that particular question. So, that is what we mean by clarity. There should be perfect clarity in all the questions with whatever is asked. Then, sequence, the question should be arranged according to the importance and preference. So, based on the importance and preference of the questionnaire, you should have to arrange the questions in that particular manner. Then, the next one is communicability. The questions of the questionnaire should be able to keep the interest of the respondent. So, whenever you are sending the questionnaire, take care to see that the questions are quite interesting to the respondent. In case the respondent loses interest in the questionnaire, then that means that he will not complete the questionnaire. So, try to keep your questions as interesting as possible. Then, next one is span. The length of the questions of the questionnaire should be as short as possible. So, try to keep the questions as short as possible. Then, the questionnaire should not be very long in length. So, as I told you earlier, you should not have a questionnaire which extends to 5 to 6 pages where the respondent will be lost in answering the questions. So, try to take care when you are having this format of the questionnaire. With this, we come to the end of this session. Hope you have all followed it. Thank you.